嫌ない痛み悲しみで傷ついた君を消せない過去も背負い合ってこう生きることを投げ出さないで
Hey, Spin Snake here with another custom figure review. I've been doing a couple of these old school ones that I've had in storage for God knows how long. Did them donkeys ago when I was really happy with my custom level at the time. Now it's somewhat progressed and these ones have just kind of been left in storage. Here we have the Bleach Ichigo from the anime. Big fan of the series, loved it, couldn't get enough of it, got really into it a couple of years back, and just basically wanted everything Bleach going. I brought I say a figure, it was more of a statue really. The only articulation it had was some cut joints in the shoulders, some pivots in the shoulders, it was like a peg neck, and the wrist rotated, and I think the feet rotated, but that was it. There was no other articulation, so it was a great detailed sculpt, but there was nothing to it, and I like my articulation, so I figured I'd try and make one. And I got into using a lot of fabric for making clothes and things like that, a lot of my Dragon Ball Z figures that I've done over the years, so I figured I'd try this guy. And at the time I really liked him, but now I think he sucks. I may make another one, I haven't decided. We shall see. So yeah, basically from that statue I took the head and this hand, and I did have his, these guys just don't like standing, and I did have his other sword, his first sword which he gets in the anime, but it snapped unfortunately. So but before I did that I made this one just very simply out of some DVD boxes, just cut them up, gave it a paint job, and yeah, wrapped it in a bit of cloth. And I think the sword actually came out really well, apart from it's scuffed up because it's been in storage. The figure though, the problem is this sword is quite heavy and his joints are quite weak. But I do really like how the sword came out, and it fits in his hand very nicely. I know it's a bit chipped up here, but like I said in my other reviews, I went through my box of storage bits lately. All my junk, like here it is. And somewhere amongst all of that, I found a few good figures I wanted to review. I found a lot of my Dragon Ball Z ones. They all pretty much use the same kind of body mold, which is this guy here, which is Mr. Fantastic, or the Spider-Man, which came out of the the Mr. Fantastic box set, which came with the Invisible Woman thing and Little Herbie. Not Little Herbie, Little Franklin as well. And yeah, that's what I basically used for this guy. It was my favourite body mold at the time, and I used it for most of my Dragon Ball Z characters, and him as well. I'm trying to think what else I used it for. If anyone wants to see my Dragon Ball Z characters, I will dig them out and I will show you, but they're kind of rubbish now compared, so I might do it anyway, I don't know, to see. But anyway, onto this guy. Yeah, like I said, he's a Mr. Fantastic base body. All his paint is pretty much chipped off, so you can bear with that. And I had to actually sew, and I'm not very good at sewing. I sewed these trousers, and it was quite, yeah, I don't like sewing, but I did it, and I really liked it at the time, but now I think it looks rubbish, and I'd much rather make another one with the same kind of design as I did for my Goku, which I showed you guys. Let me just grab it, and he fell over. Yeah, this Goku with the epoxy in trousers and epoxy in clothes. So I'd much rather try and make something like that. And I might do, haven't decided. It's a shame that the only Bleach figures, well, the only real decent Bleach figures that came out were in the Play Arts Kai line. I'd love some 6-inch, really articulated Bleach figures. It's just a shame. I don't know why they don't do them. But whatever. The sword is removable, but I remember it's a pain in the bum, and I don't really want to try and... No, I'm not going to get it out. Articulation, you have a glove cut, double elbow, a ball shoulder, so you can go full 360 round, biceps rotation, head is on a pivot from there to there, full 360 degree, ab crunch, no waist, fingered articulation, T-cut hips, spine of that, split of that, double in the knee, no upper thigh, glued it, no boot there, and an ankle point from there to there to there. I put a little bit of fabric on the bottom of his things to make it look like those I swear to God, every time I try and make a video, someone has to knock on my door, call me, or interrupt me for one reason or another. I'm alone in a house. Why do I get so badly interrupted? Crazy. Anyway, my apologies. I was just trying to say that, yeah, I put a bit of fabric on his feet to look like those little Shinigami, like, shoe things that they wear. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, fundamentally, that's pretty much my guy. Like with the other Spideys, I'm not going to do anything with this guy. I may make one of these. I may kind of hold out and hope to God that SH Figure Arts maybe might make one. I don't know, I think that seems somewhat optimistic. If someone gives me an offer, I might sell him. I don't know. I don't really care for the figure anymore, but I do want the head. In fact, I have a friend who can make head sculpts, so I might just try and duplicate head. Then I'm happy to sell this. We shall see. So I'll make me an offer if you're interested. If not, he's going to probably go back into the pile. Anyway, that's my Ichigo Bleach figure. I hope you guys liked it. I know it's pretty kind of shabby. Just quickly review here. Like I said, these are some old school ones.